got my piece of wood that I'm going to repair. As you can see, someone's damaged the corner. So what I'm going to do for this project, especially being that I'm using a multi-tool, I've cut my piece of wood that I'm going to splice in, approximately 150mm to 200mm. But what you want to make sure is that that piece of wood will cover the damaged area. So it needs to be cut accordingly. Right, I'm going to hold it over the damage that I've got. I'm going to draw very carefully around the piece of wood that I'm going to splice in later. Right, I've got that figure on. Now I'm going to hold the wood there for the depth. I'm not going to hold it completely flush. I'm going to leave it slightly raised. And then I'm going to put a line there. That will denote the depth that I need to go to. Using the combination square, I'm going to push the ruler there. And that way I can get that squared up and that end squared up. And hopefully, if I've adjusted it properly, I can also use the combination square to run along to do the line. So the piece of wood I need to cut out is already marked. So put the tools out of the way. Put a new blade into my multi-tool earlier. Plug it in. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to cut vertical cuts just inside the pencil mark. Don't go on the pencil mark because it will be too big. Just inside. So that will be the first one I do. Then the second cut, I will go horizontal where the line is there. Making sure I'm just above the line again. So here we go. What I will say, we've now cut our damaged bit of frame back out, so you can see the damage did need doing. I'm just going to clear the debris. Chisel I've used earlier, I got earlier. Any debris that's in the way, clean. That's now a nice cut. So we'll see if this fits in. As you can see, slightly proud all the way round, and it's slightly proud there, which is what I want. There is a very small gap all the way around, approximately 2mm, and when we finished we can use a good filler, or a good, it's either going to be an interior filler or a good wood filler to fill those gaps up before we sand. Right, so now we've got that, I'm going to take good quality wood glue, basically put on my piece of wood that I'm splicing in, and then with a scrap piece of wood I'm just going to spread it about a bit so it's evenly spread the best I can. Right, now we've done that, we'll place that in there. If you want to pull it in even tighter, you can always use a decent clamp. You can always clamp it to pull it in a bit more. It also acts like a third hand. The veneer nails I've got, which are very small, very slight, I'll probably put 2 to 3 in. Be careful not to hit your fingers. And just very gently go in. If you hit these too hard, you will bend them. There is not much strength to them. Remove the clamp, and we'll, for good luck, we'll put a third one in. So the combination of those and the wood glue, I'm going to just punch them in. Right. The reason we punch them in is because when we finish the project, one, they'll be out the way of the sanding, and two, they will also be able to take the wood filler. Right. So that's pretty solid now. I'm pleased with that. I'll get my Orbit sander and away we go. You can, if you want, wear some ear defenders, which I think I will because the noise is quite great. These are ones that you just squash up, gently put in your ears. Right, here we go. Right, I'm pleased with that. That is nice and smooth. I've just got a few gaps that I've got to fill with filler. What I've got to do is sand that back now. Check that. Very pleased. So I can now take my ear defenders out. I'll either just blow or brush off the and just check for quality. I'm really pleased with that. By the time I've put a good wood filler in there and in the nails holes, and that is painted, you should never be able to see that repair. With the wood glue as well, that will also give it strength. So, good job done.